You ready? Hi there, welcome to Sports on Tap. Sit down and relax. We'll get Shelly over in just a minute to take your order. I'm Tom Green. I serve up the drinks and I ask the sports questions every day at this time to 4 lucky contestants who compete in a $25,000 sports challenge. Everybody who got here a little bit earlier put their name in the hat. Let's see who's going to play today, because today's the playoff round. So these guys are already winners, and we're going to see who gets to take home all the money now. Tony, are they back? Are they
better be back. I locked them in the basement. First one out is Tim Shaw, Dave Cody, Brad Blackmore, and Alan Drews.
Thank you. All righty, everybody. Yeah. All right. You guys know how this game is played in place. And Tim, how you doing?
Wonderful.
Anything particular you'd like off the menu today?
No, I think I'm just going to stick with the beer today.
You're going to just stick with the beer today. Have yourself some popcorn, though. We bake it fresh daily in a special popcorn oven.
Good.
That's why it costs so much. Here's $50. Might get you some popcorn and a couple of questions.
Since the beginning
of the NBA, which team has won the most championships?
Boston Celtics.
The Celtics is right. You got yourself $100 now. A new question in the bottom, a shot at 50 more.
After being traded
in 1970, who said, I'll play first, third, left, anywhere except Philadelphia?
Richie Allen.
Richie Allen is right. An excellent pick there. You got yourself 150. Now it is gambling time. How much are you going to bet, Tim?
127 on what team blew.
Was that your lucky number?
Not really.
Okay. What team blew away the NCAA mark for consecutive home football victories? September 3rd, 1994.
That would be the Miami Hurricanes.
There you go. You got yourself 277. Whatever it is you want to call them. Not bad. All right, fellas, it is time now for our double play round. This time everybody's eligible to ring in an answer. The first player to lock in with the correct answer picks up $50 and will get a chance to turn 2. Another question worth $50. Right now, the low man is Alan with $199, so you'll be picking first. Quick reminder, anybody can ring in and get it right and get $50, but if you're wrong, we're going to take 50 back. So, Alan, let's go back to the sports screen. Let's start the double play.
Okay, who stopped calling?
Balls and Strikes, and wrote the books, The Fall of the Roman Empire and The Umpire Strikes Back. And Tim's in.
Ron Luciano.
Ron Luciano wrote that, so you're up to $327. Quickly jumping into first place, and you got our first chance at a double play.
Leaving Beantown behind.
What team did Ted Williams manage in '69?
Washington Senators.
That's correct, and you got yourself a double play, $377, Tim. We'll reset at the top, and it's your pick.
Who coughed?
A swinging single.
Like me. A swinging single by an Oriole was originally called what? Tim.
A Baltimore Chop.
Baltimore Chop off the plate, $427, Tim. Now you can try and turn 2.
Getting one solid A.
In 1959, the Yankees traded Don Larson, Hank Bauer, Norm Seaburn, and Marv Throneberry to KC for what slugger?
Roger Maris.
Roger Maris from the Kansas City A's. That's a double play. Good one, Tim. You'll pick again.
When his socks fell down.
In the standings, what AL skipper got the boot in '94? Tim.
Butch Hobson.
Clell Laverne Butch Hobson is the right answer. $527. If you can turn the double play, you're back in the lead.
What gambler threw
a record 574 yards in a USFL game before throwing for the Bills in the NFL?
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly did that down under the Houston Gamblers run and shoot offense. Tim, you have just retaken the lead from Brad, and you'll be picking off the screen.
Running in circles.
Who is the only American in the last 50 years to hold the world record for the mile? And it's Tim.
Jim Ryan.
Jim Ryan did that in 66 to 75. 627 and another double play shot.
What hot rod broke
his own National League record of 24 straight saves by saving 28 straight in '94 for the Giants?
Rod Beck.
Rod Beck is the man. You're now up to $677. As we take a look at the screen, it's who left his Trojans to coach in the NFL and head the Rams from '83 to '91? Tim.
John Robinson.
John Robinson's the right answer. $727. Tim, it's your double play.
What mad dog growled
when traded to the Giants? after winning back-to-back batting titles for the Pirates in 74 and 75?
Bill Madlock.
Bill Madlock, the third baseman, the Mad Dog himself, $777. Excellent playing so far. Excellent.
How about a Dodger throughout?
His career, what quarterback played in 5 NFC championship games for Dallas between 71 and 77? And it's Tim.
Roger Staubach.
Roger the Dodger Staubach did that. Then you get yourself another $100, pulling away from the field and picking our next question.
Oh, that's me. What Cardinal tried 9
field goals and made 7 in one game in 1967? Tim.
Jim Bakken.
Jim Bakken, and Tim is starting to really put some distance down, 977. And looking at the screen, you'll get to pick again.
A bunch of pinheads.
That's us, folks. It's a question about us, or at least me and my family. A bunch of pinheads can be seen in Milwaukee at what indoor sports Hall of Fame? Tim.
Bowling.
Hey, over 1,000, 1,077, and you get to pick.
After winning 19 games.
In '89, what recent Cy Young winner had an ERA of over 13 in the National League Championship Series for the Cubs? Brad. Sorry, you lose 100. Tim?
Greg Maddux.
Greg Maddux is the answer. $1,177. Well out in front and picking again. Again, it's the first of 3 right, and again, we're playing for a lot of cash today. You guys all put up your money from this week's pile, so we have over $3,700 plus a spot in the finals for $25,000. Tim, you'll be picking the questions. First to 3 right is the big winner. Tim, let's go to the sports screen.
What Sun set
An all-time NBA record by hitting 192 three-pointers in the 93-94 season? Brad.
Dan Marley.
Dan Marley is the right answer, and Brad, you have a 1-0 lead. We'll put 2 new questions into the sports screen. Tim, it is your call.
Baseball has innings.
Football has quarters, and what does polo have? Tim.
Shuckers.
Yeah! You guessed better than Gene Dixon. You kidding me? Who would guess that? We're tied at 1. Tim, you get to pick again.
Now an Irishman.
Who coached the Suns into the NBA Finals in 1976? Tim.
John McLeod.
John McLeod is the right answer there.
He spells it McLeod, though.
McLeod, it's spelled odd anyway. You got yourself a 2-1 lead. Tim, take a look at the screen. 1 more right answer is worth all the cash this week and a bid in the $25,000. Take a look.
What unknown warrior
made the All-NBA first team in '94? Brad.
Latrell Sprewell.
Yeah, another good one. You can pull something the way you guys are pulling these out. Pull a muscle. We're tied at 2. It all comes down to this. Tim, pick a question. Whoever gets this right takes home the loot.
What legendary Yank
was named to the All-Star team in every season of his 13-year career? Brad.
Babe Ruth.
It was not Babe Ruth. Tim?
Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio. Tim, you'll be taking home the cash. Brad, good ball game. Way to go. Hey, Tim, come on down here. We'll have to figure this out. Tim, almost $5,700. You can win almost $25,000 in the next chucker. We'll see you then.
All right.
Way to go. Man. Who would have guessed chuckers?